After unpacking the box of T-Bat H5.8 master battery, you will see the accessories on the top of the device. First, let's check the accessories, which are also listed on the packing list in the quick installation guide. 1 positive power line, 1 negative power line, 1 CAN communication cable, 1 series connected plug, 2 small cover plates, 2 side cover plates, the M4 screws, M5 screw, expansion bolts, ring terminals, and power cable disassembling tool are all inside the little package. 1 wall bracket, 1 user manual, and 1 quick installation guide. On the front side, you can see the LED screen. On the right side, we have negative and Y plug ports. This is RS485 communication port. S1 and S2 are working indicators of 2 battery packs inside, and the terminal point for ground connection. One specification label. On the left side, we have BAT negative and BAT positive ports. This is CAN communication port and the terminal point for ground connection. Remove the caps. Connect one end of the negative power line to BAT negative port. And the other end to the negative port on the inverter. Connect one end of the positive power line to BAT positive port and the other end to the positive port on the inverter. Insert one end of the CAN communication cable to the CAN communication port. You will hear a click sound. And the other end without cable nut to the BMS port on the inverter. Remove the caps. Insert the series connected plug at negative and Y plug ports on the right side of T-Bat H5.8 master battery to make a complete circuit. Unscrew and remove the upper cover board. Remove the small cover plate. Rotate the dip to 0 and switch the circuit breaker to on. Press down the power button and wait for the battery to start operating. Green lights on the status indicates that the battery is working normally. After you turn on the inverter, enter menu. Enter setting. Enter date time to check the time of the inverter. 14:45. Back to setting. Enter work mode. Select force time use. Go down to check charge start time 1, 1300, charge end time 1, 1400. Go down to check charge start time 2, 1401, charge end time 2, 1500. Back to setting. Enter work mode. Confirm force time use. Back to the main screen. Check the inverter screen. The battery is now in charging. When you finish charging, you can shut down the inverter by pressing the Enter button and then selecting Yes. Again, let's start with the accessories. We have one positive power line, one negative power line, one RS485 communication cable, two small cover plates, two side cover plates, the M4 screws, M5 screw, expansion bolts, ring terminals, power cable disassembling tool are all inside the little package. One quick installation guide. One wall bracket. First, let's connect the slave battery to the master battery. Note, the master battery is already connected with the inverter. Connect one end of positive power line to the negative port on the right side of the TBAT H5.8 master battery and the other end to positive on the left side of the slave battery. Connect one end of negative power line to Y plug on the right side of the TBAT H5.8 master battery and the other end to X plug on the left side of the slave battery. Connect one end of the communication cable to RS4852 port on the master battery and the other end to the RS4851 port on the slave battery. Insert the series connected plug at negative and Y plug ports on the slave battery. Back to the control panel on the master battery. Rotate the dip to 1. And switch the circuit breaker to on. Press down the power button and wait for the battery to start operating. Screw the small cover plate and the upper cover panel. Screw the set cover plates. Screw the set side cover plates. Enter menu, enter status, enter charger. Check battery voltage, 238.5 volts. Check battery capacity, 46%. Confirm BMS connected. Back to the main screen. Battery is successfully connected with the inverter. Turn on the inverter by long pressing the enter button for 5 seconds to exit off mode. After check-in status turned to normal, the inverter is successfully turned on. Plug one end of the special power lines into the X-plug port on the external charger. Plug one end of the special communication cable into the RS485 port on the external charger. Plug the other end of the special communication cable into RS4851 port on the slave battery. Plug the other two ends of the special power lines into the X-plug and positive ports on the slave battery. Insert the series connected plug at negative and Y-plug ports on the slave battery. Connect one end of the slave unit's positive power line to the external charger. Connect one end of the slave unit's negative power line to the external charger. Connect one end of the communication cable to the external charger. Connect the other end of the slave unit's negative power line to the inverter. Connect the other end of the slave unit's positive power line to the inverter. Connect the other end of the communication cable to the inverter. Switch the external charger circuit breaker to on. Press down the external charger power button. Wait for the inverter to turn on. Enter menu. Enter setting. Enter date time to check the time of the inverter. 15:17. Back to setting. Enter work mode. Select force time use. Go down to check charge start time 1. 1300. Charge end time 1. 1400. Go down to check charge start time 2. 1401. Charge end time 2. 1500. Set charge end time to 1600. Back to setting. Back to the main screen. Check the inverter screen. The battery is now in charging.